Hi. Hello. My name is Kiara, and this poem was inspired by the story of King Midas, who wasn't careful what he wished for, and it came true. Golden Daughter. There was only herself to blame for her transformation into a solidified golden girl. She felt grotesque, raw. Inside, she could feel organs contorting, shifting, into something beyond her likeness, beyond her being. Every hair on her head, every crease in her face, morphed into a poor man's Shangri-La. The air was slick with the delicate slipperiness of beauty, that semblance that seemed to slide off of everything. A tear on the cheek of time, frozen, a pearl necklace on a statue. She was Donatello's young David, in the moment that his arm was about to release the stone from his grip, turned young and female with a bitten apple falling from her stiffening hands, but never touching the ground, never killing Goliath, only helplessly looking at an extension of her body. Power came to her father in the form of an earthen solid, lustrous, ornate, and high in value, soft to the touch at first, but if touched too often, became dangerous. Her father had covered her entire life with a paintbrush, dripping with glimmering wet, golden paint, as if he himself had melted the gold in his own pot, a phase change on a heating curve, and dipped the same life-changing paintbrush inside. An imperfect soup that he nor faithful daughter could slip down their thirsty throats without suffocating, a death by a heavy, uniform fluid, as if he himself brushed over everything she loved and turned it into what he thought would be his, beggar's paradise. The only paradise that emerged lay thick in her lungs. She became the panhandler, cupping the resistant bones in her hands, begging for a wish to become untrue. She stood alone in a horrifying stance, destitute of truth, hungry for promises of an end to fill her up like the magical soup once had. Her stomach instead was hollowed into an empty gourd, filled up with air that had been scooped up by a different pair of beggar's hands. And it was only to make him stop, she gently touched the tips of her fingers to his shoulder. Deceit was delicate. She hardly felt his warmth underneath the ends of her reach. But instead of him stopping his twisted quest to pull the sword of fortune out of its swollen rock, she was running across a river of golden syrup, engulfing her, swallowing her, as Rapunzel's hair would hide her face, everything slowing. She was time traveling to the future, 1 frame per second, and suddenly it was she who was stopping.